Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl Amaya and welcome back to my channel. Today I am gonna be sharing with y'all my BMT experience, week 2 of training, so stay tuned. So the first day of my second week was March 1st, and the first thing I have written is we moved beds and wall lockers, shaking my head so extra. I remember this day because I don't even know why. I think they said because we were like starting cliques and stuff. Like they're big on cliques, and BMT, they don't want you. And by clique, they mean friend group. Like literally anything could be considered a clique. Like if you're getting close to a certain person more than you're getting close to the rest of the flight, then they think it's a clique. So they just made everybody switch up beds and stuff. I remember we were all so mad. And I remember we were like getting in arguments. Like my flight was getting into a lot of arguments this day. And I think it was because we moved beds, but it was obviously like people were arguing for different reasons, but I think we were all just actually annoyed because we were moving beds. Okay, but now that I think about it, that bed move actually was necessary because there was like a little beef, and for no apparent reason at all. There was like a beef going on between A bay and B bay, like on the lowest key but like on the highest key as well. And it was just because we were on different sides and we really didn't know the people that were on the other side. Like it was like the flight was split in like 2 halves. So yeah, we were all mad at first because we got comfortable and we know the people that we're around. But yeah, it all ended up being okay. I mean, we all got over it, and personally my favorite move was that second move. But moving on, it says they were trying to have us do drill and bed. Oh, this blew me because it's Sunday. This is supposed to be my off day. Like that's what I felt like. And so I was blue because they were trying to have us do drill, like marching. Oh my gosh, bed drills are so annoying. That's actually probably the worst. And like I said, you be sweating and stuff making bed. What the fuck is this on my shirt? What is this on my shirt? Oh my gosh. Anyways. So second week, we also had our first wall locker appraisals. You can get up to 7 demerits. I passed with 7 demerits. I was upset because I wanted to do better, but it's fine. So the things I listed on here why I got the 7 demerits is lint on underwear not flushed, which just means like even, like when you fold your underwear, they want like each fold to be like even with each other. It says my green bag was not in 3 even folds. My sock was facing the wrong way. Bras not grounded to socks. Grounded just means touching. My towel was not used. Yes. They gave me a demerit for not using it was only the second week, and they give you like 4 towels, and I got a demerit for one of my towels not being used. It's a little cold in here, but anyways, yeah, I was blue about that. But it's really just because some people, I guess, would use the same towel for the entire 8 weeks, but keep the other like 3 towels or the other underwear or whatever you have in there. They keep it in their wall locker perfect so that they don't have to keep folding it. Like they only have to do it or fold it good one time. Okay, somebody was looking at me out my window. I am really struggling with this video, like. Okay, moving on to the service. I went on Sunday. I went to the Christian service, and I said that I wanted to cry. Like it was really emotional, but it was cool. I liked it. It was just a little weird because the people I went with, I wasn't close with them yet. So that's the only thing I have to say about that. Okay, so along with our wall locker appraisal, we also had our first bearing and uniform appraisal, and I passed, of course. And I can't remember exactly what the bearing, like how did that test go? Like I know your military bearing is just like, standing at attention, you're completely still, your eyes are straight forward. And then the uniform appraisals, I remember they took us all out, and your MTI just looks you up and down, checks your uniform, see if your hair is in regs for males, see if you shaved, all this and that. It's really easy. Like there's no reason that anybody should fail. We also lost 3 people and gained 1 by the second week. One of the girls answered the questionnaire pretty honestly. So when you go to class, the first few weeks you have like a lot of surveys and stuff, and they ask you about like your history and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, whatever you said at MEPS, it should still be true at BMT. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So we got a new MTI this week, and this was because our first MTI, our female MTI that like she was our main one. She had things going on. I think it was she was getting like promoted and stuff, so she had to leave us, and she said she was only gonna be gone a week, but she ended up never coming back to our flight because it was just a lot going on. So then our second MTI, our male MTI, he ended up becoming our main one because he was with us from the beginning, and then from there on we never really had a set second MTI until like 5th week or so. So this new MTI that we got second week, he was only with us for a week. He was just substituting in for us. Second week, we also got our first patio break. Ours was 45 minutes, and there was no candy because they decided to be healthy, and they changed all the snacks, like the junky snacks in the vending machine, to healthy ones. Great, we love that. So second week, we also got a briefing for joining the honor guard, which you can look at. That's going to take too long for me to explain, so you can look that up if you want to. But the presentation was really nice. Like, they advertised it very well, and they basically asked right then and there if you want to join the honor guard, which it's still the Air Force, but it kind of like branches off into its own thing, and you can literally just not do the job that you came there for, and you can just join the honor guard randomly out of nowhere. But certain jobs do not allow you to do that, and then also you need to be a certain height. So I was not allowed to join the honor guard because of my height and because of my job. So right here, I mentioned that I love marching again, and that I got to do the guidon, because I was the A-flight guy, which is just like the substitute guidon. Either when your guidon, if your guidon gets fired, then you become the guidon, which the guidon is just the person with the flag who like leads the flight. They're in the front anytime you guys are marching. So the A-flight guy is there to replace the guidon whenever your guidon is not there. Maybe they have an appointment or something, or if your guidon gets fired for whatever reason, then you step up and you're the new guidon. So during this week, I was a little nervous because my guidon actually did have an appointment, and then she not only had an appointment, but she had it during drill time. And so while we were doing drill the entire time, I had to be the guidon, and I said that my MTI was basically baking me the entire time, but I was still like happy. Like, I was so excited to do guidon, and I just love marching so much. I was just like, just it's fine, just yell at me. I know I'm doing it wrong, but just give me a couple more tries and I'll get it. But yeah, that was fun. Our flight learned columns this week, which is just a marching term of how you correctly turn as a flight. I said my watch broke, which little did I know it didn't actually broke. I just didn't know how to use it. And the funny part is, I had ended up buying another watch at the BX, and then after I bought it, I realized that my watch that I currently had was not broken. So I had just spent that money for no reason. I think I had ended up giving it to another girl in my flight because I remember she didn't have a watch. So I ended up giving it to her, but I was just super salty because my watch wasn't broken the whole time. I said some girls started KP, which, okay, so KP is kitchen something. I have no idea what the KP actually stands for. The entire time I was there, I didn't know, but it's just basically working in the chow hall, and I hated it. So I'm not even gonna get on that. I'm not gonna get on that. But so you have to get up for KP at like 4:30 a.m. You don't come back till like maybe around 8. Some people really loved KP because they feel like it was like a break, because you're there all day. They felt like it was like a break from the rest of the flight or whatever we were doing, and then also you got to like interact and mingle with different people in BMT besides your flight. So some people really liked KP. I did not. So the people that went open general got to pick jobs, like kind of how everyone else does it when you're with your recruiter. You pick like 10 jobs that you're interested in, but you don't actually receive that job. So that's what they got to do. They got to pick jobs that they qualified for, but that were also available at the time, but they weren't actually assigned to a job yet. So this week, someone in my flight ended up getting injured, and it was because of her depot shot, birth control. And I guess it messes with your bones, or it can mess with your bones. And her hips, it was something wrong with her hips, and they were really tight, and she was in a lot of pain and couldn't run. Okay, so second week we also started messing with our weapons. We used to have like competitions on who could break down and put the weapon back together the fastest with each other, and then also with Brother Flight, but Brother Flight won, unfortunately. Okay, I said we had 3 strength days in a row because I remember, so we had a strength day, and there was supposed to be a run day after that, but it was raining or it was lightning or something, so we ended up just staying under the squadron, and so we had another strength day. And instead of making the next day a run day, they just kept the next day as a strength day, because usually you switch every other day. So we were all just in pain after that, because, and also I love run days, like running is my thing, strength isn't, so I was a little pressed over that. Then I said that one of my other MTIs, so this is a different one. This is when we had a third MTI come into our flight, and he was with us for I think maybe 2 weeks or so. But right here it says that he was blasting music, but we couldn't sing or dance, and that was a chill day. I think this was when we were just doing RLA, which is recruit living area, where you just basically cut strings, fold laundry, get your area together, make sure it's in regulations and it looks how it's supposed to look. But we were still just also excited because that was the first time we had heard music since we had left. Brother flight was in our dorm. I don't even know why they were in our dorm. We must have been doing like a facilitation type thing, because they actually, I think this is new in BMT, they actually had a thing where they just, or it's a what now airman, I can't remember. I know facilitation, I think facilitation is when you talk to your flight and you just be like, where are we at as a flight, you know, just a little powwow thing. And then like there was airman's time. I may be getting these mixed up, but the other one was when the MTIs would have like scenarios, like fake scenarios of situations that you could find yourself in as an airman, and basically what you should do and what's right and what's wrong. And at first we started off doing it with just like our flight, but then we ended up doing it with other flight as well. Like we would combine it and just branch off into like maybe 4 groups of like some of us and some of brother flight. So I guess that's why they were in our dorm. This week we also had our 3rd BX run. I said that brother flight dorm chief is in med hall for a hearing test. So yeah, when you go to basic, you take, I think you take another hearing and vision test, and he failed his hearing test, and I think they like sent him back. I don't remember exactly because that wasn't my flight. This is just like, you know, a little hearsay thing. It was really sad because even though they're not in the same flight as you, like you literally are living right next to them for 8 weeks, and so you just get used to people. And it was really sad to hear that he was in med hall and he was no longer in their flight just because of a hearing test that he passed at MEPS. So yeah, that was pretty sad. So as of 2nd week, we knew, this is all drill terms, just so you know. We knew facing movements, flanks, columns, falling out, which we never used. I don't know why he made us learn that. Present arms, which is how you salute. Half, columns, open ranks, and right or left step. Dang, that's kind of a lot. So it sounds like all we were doing was just like a lot of drill, a lot of facilitation, a lot of airman's time, and then a lot of RLA. Really, that's really all BMT is, and classes. Okay, I have right here, all the white girls have eco and bought do-rags. Okay, I'm not judging or like shaming anybody. It's just so funny because it was so funny to see everybody with do-rags on. Like, it doesn't matter what color you are, what type of hair you have, you're gonna have a do-rag. Honestly, if you could get a do-rag before you come to BMT, or just remember to get a do-rag when you take your first BX run. If you don't have one, if you didn't bring one, get that. And then it's just so funny because eco style, like you normally just see that on like natural hair channels for black YouTubers, but like that's really all they sell at the BX at basic. So everybody just had eco, and I just thought it was funny. Okay, so I said seeing the graduates and their families is so annoying. I'm blue. Yeah, so it was really sweet seeing the graduates and wanting to be them so bad, and then it was also annoying because you would just see them walking around with their family wishing that it was you. So it was like, I'm happy for you, but I also hate you at the same time. Okay, the last point I have for the 2nd week of training is about our instructor supervisor. And one thing I want to say about the Mustang Squadron is both our instructor supervisor and our first sergeant and any other person that works inside the Mustang Squadron, they are all just so amazing. Like, I really appreciate everyone that is there because they, I don't know how to put it in words, but they did really make sure that you felt like that they cared about you. Like, you felt like they were actually people that you can go to. And the only point I made is that she was funny and she's real. But yeah, y'all, that's it for my 2nd week. Stay tuned for my 3rd week of training. Thank you for bearing with me in this video. I was struggling. It's just, I don't know if it's y'all, but like it doesn't just look off. Like the lighting is off. Everything is off to me. But yeah, thank you for watching and stay tuned. I'll see you next time. Bye.